In this tutorial, I'm going to share with you some of the features available on COMMANDtrack Dashboard for optimization. Features of the dashboard covered include plant selection in the plant load time graph, the schedule lateness graph, the truck's late graph, the loads window, exceptions and suggestions, tooltips, and the configuration of these features. Your dispatch group will be more successful when they are focused on managing orders, plants, and trucks from the dashboard screen and spending less time on the tracking screen. So let's jump right in and let me show you how to use the COMMANDtrack Dashboard. The plant selection window. This allows you to pick and choose which plants you want your dispatch group to see and is based on the privileges set in command series. You can also be selective about which plants you want to view in the control areas by checking or unchecking the corresponding boxes. If something happens, say a plant is shut down for the day, you can simply uncheck this box and the dashboard will automatically update so that the plant is removed from the screen. Along with selecting which plants you want to manage within Dashboard, you can access specific plant record information by right-clicking on the plant and selecting from the context menu. Note that when the plant selection window is pinned to the plant load time graph, you cannot use the right-click function to bring up this context menu. The Change Plant Info option brings up the corresponding form in command series and allows you to update your fleet size or plant capacity settings. Similarly, the Update Plant Data option allows you to update loading point speed codes from command series. The Locate Plant option will take you to a map location of the plant. Driver Call-In will bring up the DRCI editor for that plant. The Unavailable Plants option allows you to set when the plant will be unavailable by bringing up the plant unavailability form. Show Plant Plan will list the plant's plan for the day. The plant load time graph lets you and your dispatch group monitor each plant's performance based on the average times of printed to begin load or begin load to job. To configure the plant graph, simply select Display, Modify Configuration, Dashboard, and select the Plant Graph tab. Update the times and percentages of each plant to change the bar graph of a plant's performance. The values will determine when to display that a plant is running late or very late. Select or deselect these boxes to create a custom display of the graph that best fits your needs. Now, the Schedule Lateness graph. Similar to the scheduling graph, the Schedule Lateness graph allows you to see where lateness might occur throughout the day given the current plant or truck capacity. The green line going across the top represents the fleet line. The vertical white line is the current time. Here, yellow represents lateness to job, while the red reflects lateness returning. The gray shows orders that have been ticketed, and the blue shows orders that have not been ticketed yet. You can see this information by turning the legend on and off under the Display menu option. You can also press L to toggle the legend on and off. By right-clicking on the Schedule Lateness graph, you can choose to toggle other lines on the graph such as the Trucks in Service line, Trucks Driver Call-In lines, and the Trucks Available lines. The Schedule Lateness graph will automatically update depending on which plants you have selected to view. Next, the Trucks Late graph. This allows you to monitor trucks that are running late. It shows how many trucks are being held by a customer, how many are sitting in the yard spending money, and how many are in a late condition based on other factors. The green represents idle trucks or the trucks in the yard. The yellow and red bars reflect which trucks are late. The dashboard determines which truck is running late by referencing the thresholds set for each truck status. To configure the thresholds, select Display, Modify Configuration, Dashboard, and select the Truck Graph tab. Update the thresholds for each status by entering new values to change when a truck gets reported late or very late. Select the statuses you want shown in the graph by checking and unchecking the appropriate box. Alright, now for the exceptions window. Most of the exceptions you see center around orders and trucks. The column headers allow sorting, grouping, and filtering. You can also hide columns from view. Right-clicking an exception will bring up different options. The Show Loads option displays the current plan for an order. This plan includes what plants it suggests for shipping and all the different status times, even ones that will incur lateness. The Inspect Order option brings up a separate window not in command series that displays information about the order. This is especially handy because bringing up the original order in command series tends to lock it from other users. The Message Trucks option allows you to send a message to the truck assigned to the order. The Change Order Info option brings up the order form and command series so that you can make any changes without having to search for it. Similarly, Ticket Order brings up the ticket form and command series so that you can manually ticket the order. The Change Order Status brings up the tracking and scheduling operations screen and command series, which allows for modification of the current or scheduled status. The Order Truck Location option brings up a map with the location of an order or truck. The Change RTT option brings up the order line scheduling form, allowing for modification to the round tripping of trucks. Similar to the Change Order Status option, Assign Truck brings up the tracking and scheduling operations screen, which allows a truck code to be manually entered and assigned to the order. Selecting Dismiss Exception will remove the exception from the screen. To configure exceptions, select Display, Modify Configuration, Dashboard, and then select the Exceptions tab. Here, you may choose which exceptions to display and configure the thresholds for each. Optimization works by generating a plan to reduce costs. The Suggestions window is Optimization's way of relaying pieces of this plan, allowing you to take the actions necessary to reduce costs. Similar to the Exceptions window, the column headers can be sorted, grouped, and filtered. You can also hide columns. Right-clicking a suggestion displays a range of options. Selecting Accept Suggestion launches the appropriate screen and command series. For example, if the suggestion is to close a plant for the day, selecting Accept Suggestion will take you to the Plant Unavailability Editor and command series so that you can enter the date and time the plant will be closed. Selecting Reject Suggestion removes the suggestion. The Change Plan Info option brings up the tracking and scheduling operations screen and the Change Plan Info tab in command series. The Driver Call-In option will bring up the Driver Call-In editor for the current day at the plant. The Change Task option allows you to change the task of a truck in the suggestion. It is important that if the truck is unavailable for any amount of time, a breakdown for example, that you choose Change Task instead of Reject Suggestion. Changing the task of the suggested truck gives the optimizer a chance to consider the time it will take to complete the task. The optimizer will then develop a new plan and may choose to alter the suggestion by using a different truck. Choosing the Reject Suggestion option because a truck is not available may result in a lower compliance since the optimizer does not know how long to wait before suggesting the truck again. Show Truck Plan will bring up today's plan for the truck in the suggestion, while the Show Plant Plan will list the plan for all the orders to be serviced out of this plant for the day. To configure suggestion thresholds in the display, simply go to Display, Modify Configuration, Dashboard, and then select the Suggestions tab. Here, you may modify the truck messages text that is sent to a truck whenever you send a message from the dashboard. Finally, the Loads window. This is where you should be ticketing orders from. Similar to the other windows and graphs on the dashboard, the column display can be configured and renamed. Next to the order line is a truck token. This is the truck that is currently assigned to this load. To ticket the order with the assigned truck, just select the Ticket button to the right of the truck token. The ticket form appears in command series. To configure the columns display, simply go to Display, Modify Configuration, Tracking, and then select the Load Columns tab. Here you may select which columns you want displayed by checking the box next to the column description. The numeric value is the width of the column. To rename the column, type in these blank rows. You may have noticed some other tabs on the Loads window. These are used for sorting different kinds of orders. The Incomplete Orders tab displays orders when the last pour-in time surpasses a previously set time. To configure the Incomplete Orders tab, select Display, Modify Configuration, Dashboard, and then select the Incomplete Orders tab. The only configurable option modifies the amount of minutes before an order will display under this tab on the dashboard. The Non-Normal Orders tab displays different order types. To configure the Non-Normal Orders tab, simply go to Display, Modify Configuration, Dashboard, and then select the Non-Normal Orders tab. Here you may select what kind of orders you want to be displayed under this tab on the dashboard by checking the boxes. The Special Orders tab contains orders with specific resource attributes. To configure the Special Orders tab, select Display, Modify Configuration, Dashboard, and then select the Special Orders tab. Here, you may select which resource attributes you want to be displayed under this tab on the dashboard by checking the boxes. The High Priority Orders tab displays orders for specific priority. To configure the High Priority Orders tab, go to Display, Modify Configuration, Dashboard, and then select the General tab. Here, you may enter a value for the priority of the orders you want to be displayed under this tab on the dashboard. The Extreme Deadhead tab displays trucks that are deadheading. To configure this tab, go to Display, Modify Configuration, Dashboard, and then select the Suggestions tab. Under the Options section, you may set the threshold by plant so that any truck that is deadheading with a time greater than this will be displayed under this tab. Whenever you hover over a truck or order in a window of the dashboard, information will appear, saving you the time it takes to find it in the records of command series. To configure these tooltips, simply go to Display, Modify Configuration, General, and select the Tooltips tab. Here, you may select what fields you want to display when you hover over orders and trucks in the dashboard by checking or unchecking the boxes. To turn tooltips off, select the General tab. Here, you can select what tooltips to turn on or off and set the number of rows in a column and how long the tooltips window will display when hovered over a truck or order. Finally, when something isn't working correctly with your dashboard, you can use the snapshot feature. It will capture your system information so that Command Alkon service personnel can assist you. To capture a snapshot, select Help and take a snapshot. The snapshot file will be stored in a location that you can find under Help, About, and looking for the line that says Snapshot Location. There are many other features available for the COMMANDtrack Dashboard to best fit your dispatching needs. I hope this video has helped you understand some of the basic configurations available for optimization.